It wasn't until we went to the fashion show that I realized this was actually happening for real. Wouldn't want to be in Fnatic otherwise. It feels like an organization you play for if you want to win. Otherwise you can go somewhere else.
Oh my god.
Then it will be a nice bonus to my fashion style if I have one, I'm not sure.
I'm here to show you something special. Something, how can I explain it? I'm kinda, how can I say, stressed because you're giving me a huge weight on showing this. In this box, let me cover it, there is something special to celebrate gaming, to celebrate fashion, to celebrate where video games are aiming to and where we're going. So guys, here, as you can see, I have a Gucci box in my hand, and inside this box there is a Gucci watch. Oh my god. Guys, welcome this beauty. Welcome this beauty. This is a Gucci for Fnatic watch. 100 numbered pieces. Apart from the Gucci logo, there's also the Fnatic logo on the bottom, and also it's black and orange as the color of Fnatic. So this is amazing. It's a stainless steel case, water resistant. I think you can dive until 200 meters without breaking it. Here you can see it. Looks cool. I will have here a special person, a special player, a legend for all the League of Legends players and fans around the world. So yeah, hello Martin.
Hello Gio.
Some personal question that I want to ask you. And one is, you're the main face of Fnatic. When people think about Fnatic, they think about Rekkles. So you have been with Fnatic for years. How many years you have been in Fnatic?
So I joined 2012. I had a stint outside in 2015, but other than that, I've always been here. So it's 8 years now, about 8.
That's a lot. And how did you find Fnatic as a home for you? What captured you inside Fnatic, apart from the contract?
So first of all, it's very nice to hear. I appreciate hearing something like that. But for me, it was mostly that from the first second they took me in, they always made me feel like I was a part of something more than just playing the game for a year or two. It just felt like it was always something more there, like some sort of family or camaraderie that you wouldn't have otherwise. And I didn't really appreciate this until I had my stint outside in 2015, where I realized that Fnatic was very special and something I wanted to have for the remaining years of my career. So I rejoined in the summer of 2015. I have stayed ever since, and I plan on staying for as long as I'm allowed to stay.
When they told you about the Gucci partnership that we were making, what did you think about it?
So I think it's amazing. It's very special, and it's not a organization we've seen before, so it makes it obviously just much more than it would be otherwise. A very strange feeling, very surprising feeling. Like I could barely not believe that this was the case, and when I told my parents about this, they were also very shocked because it's another organization that they recognize, which they don't usually do when it comes to the sponsors from the industry. So it was a very special brand, I would say, to be mentioned together with, and made me very happy.
You also have been to the...
How was it for you?
For me, really, when they told me, I was like, are you really doing this? Are we really doing this? It's real? Is it happening? At the beginning, I was not believing it. An esport team that's making a partnership with a fashion brand. It's not just one fashion brand. We're talking about Gucci, one of the top 5 probably in the world. So I was surprised and shocked. I was like, look where gaming is aiming to, gaming is going. The first weeks I was like, yeah, when you do a chit chat about something and you're like, yeah, okay, it could happen, looks cool. Yeah. And another thing,
something similar to you. It wasn't until we went to the fashion show that I realized this was actually happening for real. Like I said, I had the talk with my parents, and for once they actually recognized the organization we were working with, and that obviously is a very new bridge to go over. So that already made it super special. But once I came to the fashion show, that's when I truly realized this is actually happening, and this is another world I haven't seen yet. So that was something for me that was the bridge for me, basically.
And how was the fashion week?
It was
You've been in Milan, right?
Not something that was the first time actually I was in Milan.
Okay.
So not really what I expected. I have seen like a few on TV, I guess, but it was nothing like that. It was much better, I guess, than I thought. So
I hope you enjoyed
was
the
just
city
like
and the food.
yeah, it was great. Honestly, we were only there for a day, but it felt like we got so much stuff done and saw so many people. And obviously, once I got the Gucci outfit, I realized I'm not really where this level is quite yet. But it was like a good moment for me to realize that there's so much more to fashion than I thought. Because when I had this outfit and I wore it, and people were like basically losing their mind that I had something like this, it made me realize that like there's a lot more to fashion than I thought. So
man, you look like a model. You look like a
I'm not sure about that. You do though. I've seen
you. Do
I've
too, man. Okay, we both look like models, okay? Let's say like this and we keep going.
I'm okay with that.
Have you ever played with a watch on your wrist?
I actually have never, so it's a very new feeling now that I'm wearing it, but I think after a week or something I'll be used to it, and then it will be a nice bonus to my fashion style if I have one. I'm not sure.
And
I'm trying.
But can you wear it on stage? Like
definitely, yeah.
Oh, okay, so you can wear it. Oh, that's nice. That I didn't know that you could. I mean, when I've been to IM last year, we had to remove everything we had from our wrist or everything. So that's why I was worried.
Okay.
Like you couldn't wear it. And
no, they just check you for electronics, so you can't wear your phone or anything on stage.
Okay.
But other than that, you're good.
One thing that I like the most about this partnership is the fact that the Gucci logo, when they do the monogram, is GG. They also stand for good game when you play video games. So it matched perfectly the video games culture, in my opinion. Yeah,
I think they did a very, very good job with making sure that it feels esports. It's not, as I said earlier, like it's not too much out there. It's very subtle and it feels like it fits in very nicely.
So you also filmed the dive film, and how was that? I mean, how was your feeling when they told you, we need to shoot some film with you? So how was that?
It was amazing. For example, the rooftop scene was super amazing, and I actually saw it, and I think we had to watch it like 4 or 5 times because all of us got goosebumps. from this 50-second clip, and it was just crazy how well they made it with the music and the shots and everything. And I was just very happy to be a part of that. It just feels like that's something
you're living,
like I mentioned earlier when we started talking, that like I can show my parents and they actually know what's going on. Like, not to say that they are completely like mindless about the other sponsors we have, but Gucci is, like you said earlier, like a very famous brand.
Yes.
One of the most famous brands in the world. So
they never work with video games.
I can show this to my parents, future kids, to my grandparents even, and they'll know exactly what it's about. It's just a very cool thing.
And the fact that it's also dive watch, do you think has some links to video games about diving, when you're like pushing like crazy into the team, or you're going in with the team?
So as I mentioned, in League of Legends, it's a very specific maneuver that you basically use every game. You don't really notice it, but when you think about the game, it's something you do very much. You not only dive people, but you also get dove. So it's a very important aspect of League of Legends, and we just thought this is perfect for something special as this watch.
Just one question, because I'm not a League of Legends player, so I'm not really expert. When we say dive, I mostly play the FPS. And when we say dive was like a crazy push behind the enemy lines, or going for the healers when I was playing Overwatch, pushing them. So that was dive. There was even a composition in Overwatch called dive code. Okay. So what is the difference in League of Legends?
So in League of Legends, it's more about finding people under their tower and going for something risky that requires you to be very on point with your timing. And when you have a good timing on the map, so we basically call it tempo. It means that you have, a 5-second window where you have something to do before the enemies are ready to answer. So then you usually go for a dive, and that requires very specific.
Also, because when you dive under the tower, you have to tank the damage of the tower. So
so it's very risky and game changing if you pull that off or if you fail it.
I would this to play League of Legends at the highest level possible. So there are many plays that I've seen around the top plays ever. One that I wanted to go through was the Baron Steel that you did as a League of Legends team against Misfits, and I wanted to ask you What did you think there? It was something normal happening, like a flow of things going, or you were already planning of doing something like this?
First of all, playing at the highest level is very different, I think, to just playing the game in general. It very much feels like everything matters that you usually wouldn't even think about in the first place. So in this case, we had to very much be on the same page and have the right timing when we executed this Baron steal. And when you're just playing casually, this is just things you don't think about. So it's very different in that regard. And anything, it just felt like it was 1 in a million. We actually managed to steal it. So I was very happy to see that I got to be in such a moment, or I got to be the one in such a moment. It was like something I'll probably remember for a long time.
And how is the communication in those situations where timing is so, we're talking about milliseconds. That's what we're talking about. How is the communication there in those situations between you and the team?
So if I remember correctly, we were talking about stealing it together, and then we kind of counted it down together. So we'd use all of our stuff at the same time, which is, I guess, not even League of Legends related at this point. You're just working as person to person, and it was nice to see that everyone trusted each other and just like went for it at the same time. It's something I think you can't really build just from nothing. Like you have to be more than teammates, I think, get there.
But when there is friendship going, so there is a link between this person, respect, and everything that comes with friendship. It creates that chemistry that it goes beyond the teamwork.
It's something I realized as well later in my career, that it's important, or it can have a big influence on the game if you are friends rather than just teammates. So I'm very much with you that it's important to have like a personal relationship with each other.
Do you have any other goals that you want to achieve? Not just as a team, also you personally, as Martin. Not just as, being Rekkles, the League of Legends player, daddy carry. So I'm curious about what you want to achieve, like in 2 years.
So I guess what I want to achieve personally would be more to become some sort of ambassador, kind of what you talked earlier about with the other players that have played for one org for a very long time. Like I know I'm getting there, but I basically just want to be the guy, if that makes sense, that people look up to when it comes to doing things right and being loyal and all that stuff. It's important to me to have people feel like I'm caring more than just money and fame, because I feel like that's a very much a thing in other areas of the world when it comes to League of Legends. But I'm very excited to get back to winning, I guess. It's been like we've been doing really well. We've had a couple of runner-up finishes and we won Rift Rivals last year. But honestly, I don't think anyone that ever played for Fnatic is going to settle for runner-up finishes and winning tournaments that don't matter as much as the big ones like Worlds and Summer Split, or like the LEC splits, Summer Split case. So I'm just really excited to get back to winning. That's what I'm aiming for. I just want to win.
The coolest thing about the Fnatic League of Legends team that I've learned by watching you and staying on Twitter and seeing the tweets, etc., is that the Fnatic team is different as the others. Sometimes some of the teams have a crazy run up and they go in the top spots, but then maybe the other split, they just fall down. So that's the coolest thing about you. You're the hard work of the team, of the management of Fnatic. Everything you're doing so far, it shows how powerful is the Fnatic League of Legends team. You're always trying to go for the first spot every time. It looks like you are always hungry, That's how it looks from outside.
I wouldn't want to be in Fnatic otherwise. It feels like an organization you play for if you want to win. Otherwise, you can go somewhere else.
I think everybody's seen me. I was excited. Martin, this is not normal. What we're doing right now, this is not normal. So I was
Might be the start of something big.
Yes, it is. And so thanks for that. Good luck for the summer split. Good luck for all the next games that you have to play. And same thing to the entire team. So this is all, guys. Always Fnatic, and see ya.